All right, welcome back to Azure Every Day with Pragmatic Works. My name is Steve Hughes. I'm a principal consultant with Pragmatic Works. I'm here with John Rudiger, who is a consulting sales manager for us in Texas.
You even pronounced that right.
I'm always happy when I can get your name pronounced right. If you see how it's spelled, which you should ask him about. So you want to reach out to him and figure that out. So today we're going to talk a little bit more about Azure. This is an Azure Everyday program. And one of the things I wanted to talk with John about, and the reason I have him on here with me, is so that we can actually talk about some of the roadblocks that he hears customers bringing to him during his sales calls. Because we're bringing up cloud on a regular basis. What are some of the roadblocks you're starting to see people talk about?
Well, it's always the common one, and the first one on everybody's mind is security. I mean, is it a secure environment? And what I've seen is, in many cases, it's really much more secure than an on-premise environment. We've heard of all the break-ins, big companies that had basically their own private cloud, and they couldn't keep it safe. So Azure has not had that problem consistently, at this point.
I agree. You and I have had conversations as you open up the conversation with our customers. I get to jump in on the technical side, and really a lot of times what I'm doing is referring people to the Azure Trust Center, because Microsoft does a really good job of making Azure a secure environment for your data and to protect the privacy of the folks in it and all those type of things with all the compliance they've done. So Azure has a really great story around that. What's a couple of the other roadblocks you're seeing?
And just along those security lines, it's kind of like Azure let them do it for you. And they spend a lot of resources doing security internally. And if you offload that to Azure, it's all the better for you. Control is another area. How do I control my environment? I'm putting it out in the cloud with somebody else. The thing about Azure is they've done a very good job of cloud-ready management tools, and I'll let Steve kind of allude to some of those, but it kind of fuses into the next question, which is why do I have to maintain two separate environments? And that fact that they put the tools into the cloud makes those two environments very similar, so it's not like you've got divergent environments.
Yeah, and I know we've had conversations with customers about hybrid and how that helps, as well as that tooling. I think in particular, one of the tools is one of my favorite tools. I'm a data guy, so Management Studio, right? So the fact they put a lot of components in the Management Studio to help manage not just my data assets, but even some of the files and some of the other components around Azure, that's really cool. And then the big boys like SCOM and some of the other operation management, that's all been ready for hybrid. Microsoft's done a good job understanding enterprises can't go all in at once. And so that helping them ease into that removes this roadblock. And we are able to help customers see that. And we'd love to help you see some of these same benefits. And if you have questions around either the big topics we talked about, which is security and the managing of multiple environments, feel free to click the link below. We'd love to have another conversation with you. John and I look forward to talking with you more and about what we see in the field in Azure as we go forward. Thank you very much today.
Thank you.